This is the Scorecard, where you score the latest sports news and in-depth views. I'm Anton Roxas. On the Scorecard tonight, the stage is set in Tokyo as Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani make way for their undisputed junior featherweight showdown. Team Power and Team Heart headlined the action as the 2026 Volleyball All-Star Showcase roared back to life in Ilocos Sur, treating fans to an electrifying return of the much-anticipated event. In the PBA Commissioner's Cup, Tyler Teo delivered a clutch late three-pointer to lift the Phoenix Fuel Masters past the TNT Tropang 5G in overtime. Tensions rise in the Rockets-Lakers series as Jabari Smith Jr. claims Houston is better, but LeBron James brushes it off, saying the game will be decided on the court. All the headlines and more on the Scorecard tonight, the 1st of May. Now, here's our roundup brought to you by the Philippine Sports Commission, the Philippine Olympic Committee, and the NST IAC. Everything is set for an all-Japanese showdown this Saturday in Tokyo, Japan, as Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani both made weight ahead of their undisputed junior featherweight title clash. The reigning champion Inoue, who holds all four belts at 122 pounds, came in at 121.92, while challenger Nakatani weighed slightly lighter at 121.47. Inoue remains unbeaten at 32-0 with 27 knockouts, coming off a dominant win over David Picasso, and enters the bout as a heavy favorite. Nakatani is also undefeated at 32 wins and secured this title shot after edging Sebastian Hernandez in his last outing. The Naoya Inoue versus Junto Nakatani Undisputed Junior Featherweight Championship bout is scheduled Saturday night at the famed Tokyo Dome. Now, here's a compelling insider view ahead of this weekend's blockbuster showdown between Naoya Inoue and Junto Nakatani, from a man who has faced one and sparred extensively with the other. Ramon Cardenas, who dropped Inoue in their 2025 bout, says the undefeated champion may be facing his toughest challenge yet in Nakatani. Unbeaten in 32 fights, Inoue has been knocked down twice, but each time bounced back to win convincingly. Cardenas, who has logged 99 rounds sparring with Nakatani, says the challenger's key is distance by using his range to control the fight. However, he adds Nakatani may find it harder to land the overhand shots that previously floored Inoue, citing the champion's adjustments. Cardenas declined to pick a winner but praised both fighters for taking the risk, saying this is the kind of matchup boxing needs. The All-Japan Undisputed Junior Featherweight title fight takes place this weekend in Tokyo. A clutch performance from Tyler Teo lifts the Phoenix Fuel Masters past TNT Tropang 5G in overtime, 197 in the PBA Commissioner's Cup at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Teo delivered a game-saving moment, banking in a three-pointer with 1.8 seconds left to force overtime after Phoenix lost Richie Rivero to injury. TNT had a chance to win it in the extra period, but Roger Pogoy missed a potential four-point play. Phoenix secures its 6th win, moving closer to a quarterfinal berth.
First of all, God is good, man. I mean, that bank shot by Tyler, I'll take it. But yeah, I really appreciate the effort of the guys. You know, I didn't take Richie out the whole second half because he was just balling out there until he got hurt. But our guys were cramping up. J3, our import, was cramping up by the 4th quarter. Tyler was cramping up by the 3rd quarter. Perk was also cramping up late in the game. But, you know, they didn't quit. We knew how important this game was for us. And, you know, we really played well. We were up for the challenge. And, you know, I appreciate the way they played, and you know, it just feels good to pull off this upset win.
Teo finished with 14 points, while the victory also marked the return of import Jonathan Williams to the Fuel Masters lineup. Emotions will run high, but discipline will be the key. That's the focus for Rain or Shine as they head into a big matchup against Ginebra this Sunday. Here's the report from our sports correspondent, Zeus Valdez.
Stay composed and stick to the system. That is the message of Rain or Shine head coach Xiang Yao as the team prepare for a high-profile matchup against Barangay Ginebra San Miguel. Coming off a loss to the NLEX Road Warriors, Rain or Shine slipped to second place but remains in a strong position in the standings despite dealing with injuries. Heading into a crowd-heavy environment, Yao emphasized the need to manage emotions, particularly against a Ginebra team known for its crowd support.
I just tell them to be themselves. Sabi ko lang kaya, be themselves. Wala namang problema mag-celebrate sila ng good plays or good shots. No? That's just part of the game. No? But I don't want them to be disrespectful.
He added that the team is aware of the nature of that matchup.
Alam naman namin na ano yun, na special game yun, no? Crowd favorites. On a Sunday, may chance din silang maging number 1 pa. No? So, it's going to be a nice game. We're going to anticipate it and have fun with it.
At the center of the matchup is the expected duel between imports Jalen Johnson and Justin Brownlee. Brownlee enters the game averaging 31.56 points, 8.22 rebounds, and 4.56 assists, while Johnson is putting up 23.67 points, 14.22 rebounds, and 5.33 assists this conference. But for Yao, the focus should remain on execution, not individual matchups.
You cannot put additional pressure on yourself. When, laban namin Ginebra, laban namin si Brownlee. It will just distract you from your focus. So yung advice ko rin sa kanya is just play your game. The usual thing that we do, yung run lang natin yung sistema natin.
With both teams fighting for position, the game carries playoff implications on top of its marquee value. Rain or Shine looks to bounce back and stay on track as they face Ginebra on Sunday, 7:30 p.m. at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. Reporting for the Scorecard, Zeus Valdez, Bilyonaryo News Channel.
Team Power and Team Heart took center stage as the 2026 PVL Volleyball All-Star Showcase made a triumphant return in Ilocos Sur, delivering a spectacle that marked the event's successful revival. Here's our sports correspondent Sheila Salaysay live from the Candon City Arena. Sheila, kamusta?
Yes, Anton, the 2026 All-Star Volleyball Showcase officially went underway today here at the Candon City Arena, and everyone were looking forward to witnessing the biggest names in Philippine volleyball as they come together in one thrilling showdown. Team Heart versus Team Hustle, both loaded, but Team Heart won against Team Hustle in 4 sets, 25-18, 18-25, 25-23, and 25-17. For Team Heart, they brought a solid mix of experience and clutch plays. Meanwhile, Team Hustle brought the heat but came up short. But before the intense on-court action, the PVL and Spikers Turf All-Stars took time to bond off the court. They spent time at the Candon City Eco Park, taking part in meaningful activities like tree planting and farm activities and meet and greet, where Ilocano fans got the chance to personally meet their volleyball idols. Fast forward to today's action, things kicked off earlier with the Spikers Turf All-Star game. Team Power weathered a third set hiccup and shut the door on Team Hustle 25-18, 25-18, 21-25, 25-23 in the 2026 Spikers Turf All-Star game historic debut. The crisscross-laden victory also came with a 100,000 pesos prize from the Candon City local government. Noel Campton was hailed not only the first All-Star game MVP, but also his first individual award. Fans were also treated to exciting skill challenges, including setting, digging, and serving events, participated together with their idols. The arena was jam-packed, and Ilocanos were definitely given a treat seeing live action their volleyball fans on court. Anton.
Maraming salamat, Sheila Salaysay, reporting all the way from Candon in Ilocos Sur. Thank you very much, Sheila. 8th Division World Champion Manny Pacquiao is standing firm that his much talked about rematch with Floyd Mayweather Jr. is a real fight, and it is happening. Despite Mayweather downplaying the bout as mere entertainment, Pacquiao insists both camps have signed contracts, saying there's no reason for it to fall through unless Mayweather backs out. Tensions rose after claims the American already received an advance, potentially breaching agreements. Pacquiao, however, considers the remaining issues as minor, though he confirms the venue has changed.
Basta ang pinirmahan namin kontrata, we both signed the contract, a real fight, tapos nakapag-advance na rin ng so there's no reason na hindi matuloy yung fight. Unless kung hindi talaga sila lalaban.
Training has begun with the Filipino icon easing into camp ahead of a possible September showdown. Russian cyclist Nikita Shulchenko has taken the overall lead in the MPTC Tour of Luzon after grabbing the yellow jersey from teammate Ibrahim Al-Refai. Shulchenko finished fourth in stage 3, but that was enough to move on top of the standings with a total time of 6 hours, 59 minutes, and 38 seconds. Al-Refai, who won the opening stage, now drops to second, 49 seconds behind the new leader. Stage 3 was won by Dave Montemayor of Go for Gold Philippines, who now sits third overall, just over 2 minutes off the pace. Meanwhile, Go for Gold also reclaimed the team general classification lead following a strong 1-2 finish in the stage. The race continues with the battle for the yellow jersey heating up across Luzon. Bianca Pagdanganan's search for a turnaround on the LPGA Tour hit another snag at the Riviera Maya Open in Mexico. A strong start quickly faded as she settled for a 1/73, putting her on the brink of missing the cut. Pagdanganan opened with 3 birdies in her first 9 holes but stumbled on the front side with 4 bogeys, undoing her early momentum and dropping to a tie for 61st. The inconsistency continues to haunt her campaign. Fellow Filipina Yuka Saso also struggled, carding a 75 to fall below the projected cut line. Meanwhile, Melanie Green and Brianna Do share the lead, while world number 1 Nelly Corda remains in contention after a 68. A finals berth is on the line as the University of Santo Tomas Golden Tigresses face defending champions National University Lady Bulldogs in the UAAP Season 88 Women's Volleyball Stepladder Semifinals on Saturday at the Smart Araneta Coliseum. UST enters the knockout match riding a dominant win over Adamson, showing renewed confidence despite losing twice to NU in the eliminations. The Lady Bulldogs, meanwhile, look to shake off rust after a long layoff led by Vangeline Sug and a retooled lineup chasing a 3rd straight title. The winner advances to face LaSalle in the best-of-3 finals. It's a high-stakes showdown with UST eyeing redemption and NU determined to keep its dynasty alive. Total domination from the New York Knicks, crushing the Atlanta Hawks 140-89 to clinch their first-round series. OG Anunoby led the way, scoring 29 points with 26 coming in the first half. The Knicks set multiple records, including their highest-scoring playoff game and largest postseason winning margin. New York built a massive 47-point halftime lead, the biggest in NBA playoff history, and never looked back. Support came from Mikal Bridges, Jalen Brunson, and Karl Anthony Towns, who recorded a triple-double. The Knicks advance to the semifinals, where they will face either the Boston Celtics or the Philadelphia 76ers. Meanwhile, here are the results from today's other playoff games. Tensions rising in the first-round playoff series between the Houston Rockets and the Los Angeles Lakers. Despite entering the series as heavy favorites, the Rockets fell behind early as LeBron James powered the Lakers to a stunning 3-0 lead. However, Houston has responded with back-to-back wins, including a Game 5 victory in Los Angeles to extend the series. After Game 4, Rockets forward Jabari Smith Jr. boldly claimed Houston is obviously the better team, but James brushed off the comment. The Lakers star said the game is decided on the court, not through words, and made it clear he's not engaging in any back and forth.
The game is won between the four lines. I don't give a damn who cares. I mean, of course you say, why would you say, no, we're not the better team? Like, but I don't. You ask one of them young guys that question.
Now, with the series shifting back to Houston, LA is under pressure to close it out on the road as the Lakers face the Rockets Saturday morning in Houston. Failed to do so, and the Lakers risk a Game 7 and the looming threat of becoming the first team in NBA history to blow a 3-0 series lead. Up next, after winning titles at every level from UAAP glory to multiple club championships and now back-to-back Spikers Turf crowns, what makes this latest championship the most meaningful yet for Rex Intal? The elite middle blocker himself will join us in a bit live in the studio when we return right here on The Scorecard. Welcome back to The Scorecard. From UAAP championships to multiple club titles and now back-to-back Spikers Turf crowns. How does this latest championship stand out from the rest for Mr. Rex Intal? Joining us now live in the studio is top middle blocker Rex Intal. Brother, maraming salamat for finally joining me here on The Scorecard. Bro, I've been saying this for many years. Congratulations again. Another championship. Been covering your career since the UAAP. Three-peat champion with Ateneo. You won 5 championships with Cignal and now back-to-back Spikers Turf champion with the Crisscross King Crunchers. Rex, ano ba ang pinagkaiba nitong latest championship mo kumpara dun sa ibang mga championships na napanalunan mo?
Siguro, all of my championships were special. Pero ito, siguro yung pinakakinabahan ako. Kasi hindi ako naka-jersey nung game na yun. So, totoo nga na mas nakakaba mag-cheer or manood kaysa sa maglaro. So, pero I enjoyed cheering for my teammates and sobrang galing nila. And lalo na kudos din sa nakalaban namin sa Vosges. Kasi every time makaharap namin sila, sobrang pinapahirapan kami.
Now, to those wondering kung bakit sinabi ni Rex ba kasi merong mga hindi nakapanood is because napakarami po ng players dito sa Crisscross. Rex was telling me 21 players and as we know in volleyball, only 14 can be fielded in. So it's very hard, a very difficult decision for Coach Ty Bundet kung sino ang i-field in, no?
Yeah, sa training parang national team training talaga kasi lahat national team caliber na kaya maglaro eh. And to the point na si Coach Ty hindi na siya nakipag-tune up sa ibang teams kasi mas pinipili niya na Team A versus Team B compared sa makalaban ng ibang teams.
Kumbaga, your team is like an all-star team and that's the reason why most of the guys from Crisscross are over there right now in Candon. Now, Rex, alam mo, this journey of Crisscross reminds me of what you went through when you were playing for Ateneo na lagi kayong umaabot sa finals but then coming short against NU and then finally you broke through winning 3 straight championships. With Crisscross, you were runner-up for 3 straight conferences before the back-to-back. Para sa'yo, what was the turning point and Crisscross finally figured out how to become champions?
Honestly speaking, mas masakit yung sa Crisscross kasi hindi talaga ako sanay matalo ng sunod-sunod and lalo na 3 silver yun na sunod-sunod. Every conference iniisip namin, trust the process. Iniisip ko, parang Joel Embiid na kami. Pangatlong silver na yun. And what happened, kasi everything happened for a reason. We're a better team because of that. We stopped looking at our past losses and then we just focused on staying consistent and improving ourselves. Kaya right now, we're back-to-back champions.
Kanina, Rex, I mentioned the name of Coach Ty Bundit. And obviously, Coach Ty is a proven winner. We all know about his yung deadly practices during his time with the
Grabe.
Ateneo Lady Eagles. Kamusta naman with the men's team? How is Coach Ty? Kamusta yung deadly practices niya? Are the rumors true?
Yes, totoo. Nung college pa lang, inis na ako kay Coach Ty.
Okay.
Kwento lang ako saglit kasi tumakbo kami sa Oval dahil si Coach Oliver, nakita niya tumatakbo yung mga players ni Coach Ty sa Oval. So dahil doon, medyo niresent ko si Coach Ty for a bit. So hindi ko talaga in-expect na magiging coach ko siya. Pero yun nga, yung ibang players sabi nila parang military training. Pero for me, it's as deadly as collegiate training. So, ganun kalala ang training ni Coach Ty. Kaya nga, sobrang payat ko ulit. Dahil to kay Coach Ty. Kaya every time may nagsabi ang payat ko, reply ko lang lagi, Coach Ty. Yun.
Eto, Rex, just curious, kasi when Coach Ty first arrived in the Philippines, hindi pa siya gano'n nag-English. Ngayon, more ano ba? Is he speaking more English? How do you overcome that communication barrier?
Parang mas magaling pa nga yung asawa niya mag-English eh. Tapos hindi pa nakatira dito yung asawa niya. Yung asawa niya sobrang fluent na intindihan na. Si Coach Ty, siguro it will take you 1 to 2 months na training consistent para maintindihan siya. Pero naiintindihan na naman namin siya ngayon kasi mga repetitions. Kasi imagine mo how he calls me. Hirap siya sa letter R and X. Lek ang tawag niya sa akin. Lek. Yeah, lek. Tapos, backlow-attack. Anong backlow-attack? Back row attack. Yun. So, maraming mapapatanong ko. Ano siya? Puro kami ganun sa simula. Pero, ngayon, gina-guide na lang namin yung mga bagong players sa mga sinasabi ni Coach Ty.
I guess the important thing is whatever he's saying, it translates into something positive on the court. Ngayon, Rex, Coach Ty was recently appointed as the new head coach of the Alas Pilipinas women's team. So, ano yung magiging epekto nito? Is he gonna stay on as your coach sa crisscross? And what do you think his impact will be with the national team sa women's side?
Yes, I believe Coach Ty will stay sa team namin. And it's good na naging coach siya ng Alas kasi syempre more insights din sa volleyball na pwedeng madala niya sa team namin. And masabi ko lang sa mga Alas women's, good luck dahil si Coach Ty yan. And si Coach Ty, naniniwala ko mag-improve talaga kayo kasi sobrang yung training niya puro repetitions tapos perfectionist talaga si Coach Ty. Ayaw niyan may nakikita na may tatamad-tamad or what. So, lahat talaga napapansin ni Coach Ty. Very particular siya sa mga maliliit na bagay. And excited ako for the Alas team. And good luck kay Coach Ty and sa women's.
Maganda siguro ma-experience ng mga new generation. Yan, sina Bella Belen, sina Angel Canino. Yung military-style training ni Coach Ty. Mas lalo siguro lalakas yung mga yon. But Rex, you've played with some of the best players, and I feel very fortunate to have covered you guys during your time with Ateneo in the UAAP and then national team kayo nila. Mark Espejo, Brian Bagunas, you played against him, became his teammate. And then you still play with Kim Malabunga, who's still a beast. Ngayon, bagong generation na, mga Jude Garcia, ayan na si Noel Campton, Adi Villados, your setter, just to name a few. How would you compare yung landscape ng Philippine volleyball pre-pandemic to the current era of Philippine men's volleyball?
Yung pre-pandemic was a big what-if sa generation na yun kasi sobrang pa-boom na yung men's volleyball and then the pandemic happened. So, if I were to compare yung generation namin sa current generation, siguro sasantabi ko muna si Espejo and si Bagunas. Pero I think mas mataas yung level of play ngayon.
Ooh.
Maybe because they had players to look up to. Kasi nung time namin, wala kaming pinapanood before growing up. So, I think baka mas competitive ngayon. Kasi mas exposed sila sa mga tournaments. And I think kapag mas magaling sila, we did our job sa generation namin. Kasi naka-inspire kami ng next generation.
And that's great insight coming from somebody who played in both eras, the pre-pandemic and the current era. And nakakabitin yung ating usapan ngayon. I only have time for one last question. So, Rex, you're age 31 now, still very young, but you've already done so much sa volleyball. Ang dami mo nang napanalo ng championships. You played for the national team. Meron ka pa bang mga goals na hinahabol in your sport? And what are those goals that you want to achieve bago mo sabihin na okay na ako, maybe I can do something else, maybe I can focus on my painting? Well, what are those, Rex?
Ngayon kasi siguro yung iniisip ko palagi is kaya ko pa. So before everything said and done, gusto ko nabigay ko yung lahat before I focus on art kasi that's what I do besides volleyball. Feel ko kaya ko pa makaipon ng ibang ng more championships before I retire.
So, trophy farming. Tuloy ang championship trophy farming ni Rex Intal. Brother, thank you so much for joining me here
Thank you for
on the
having
show.
me, Anton.
And congrats on another championship. And with that, thank you for joining us tonight. We'll see you guys again next week on The Scorecard, where sports is our business and business is our sport on the Bilyonaryo News Channel. This is Anton Roxas. Have a blessed evening, everybody, and happy weekend.